Coming to you from sunny California and the Great White North. Get ready. We are breaking down the obstacles on the Armchair Ninja Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Armchair Ninja Podcast. It is Saturday, December 22nd, 2018. My name is Rich, and joining me once again is Bijan. How you making out?
What up, man? I'm excited. What a great episode. Episode 11, ANW Junior. Great stuff.
Oh, please tell me you watched episode 10. Please tell me you watched episode 10.
What? Episode 10? No, episode 11 this week, right?
Oh, no. We did it again.
I'm just messing with you, bro. I watched episode 10.
You are mean. I was ready to throw in the towel already. We just started the episode.
I can see Rich in his what do you call it, armchair or whatever, couch, just tossing his computer. Like, no! No worries, guys. We're all in sync. We're all ready to go. Episode 10, covering it this week. And in my opinion, great episode. How do you feel, bro?
Yeah, it was a good episode. Not as good as last week, but a solid episode for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have similar thoughts. You know, how many episodes are we going to have for the qualifying round, by the way? I mean, I feel like 10 episodes in, we should be getting close to the semifinals. Do you think it's going to be maybe episode 12 or so? Like, we're going to have, like, 6 kids each compete or whatever?
No, I think...
Well, I guess 12, right?
I think I'm going to take a hint from the graphics that they showed. Because up until episode 8, they showed all the ninjas on the left-hand side of the screen when they showed the tournament brackets. And then they started for episode 9 and 10, they showed them on the right. So I think we've still got till episode 16 before we're out of the qualifiers.
Are we talking about like a 20-episode season?
I think so, yeah. That's what I'm getting the impression of.
Wow. I mean, hey, okay. I did not see that coming.
Yeah. I was a little surprised,
bracket.
too. I know. I thought it was going to end here soon. They said 12 episodes maybe. But it's looking like 16, if I'm reading that correct, just to get through the preliminaries.
Well, guys, look forward to us covering Titan games with ANW Junior.
Yeah.
It sounds like the show isn't ending anytime soon. Hey, good on them. Great show.
Yeah, so let's get into it here. We've got the 9-10 age bracket. So the ninjas we had were Luke Pate and Madeline Medeiros to kick it off. That's the Crimson Ninja, who trains with Big Al from the Crimson Tide, the University of Alabama, I guess it is. Did you love that segment?
It was a segment. I mean, I was like, Crimson Ninja? Like, what is this? Like, blood or something? Like, what's the Crimson? I don't know. It was fine. You know what's interesting about it is, I often see kids have these, not obsessive, but like they're always big fans of just unique things. And it was kind of cool seeing a kid being such a fan out of something so random that's usually associated with people far older than him, like a mascot, or not even a mascot, but a team of I think it's a college team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you think about it, what is like a kid doing being so obsessed with the team? But that's kind of cool in the same way.
Yeah. And he was a pretty good ninja. He barely caught the cargo net, though, coming off TikTok. It looked like he might fall, but he didn't. Madeline didn't quite catch it, though. And so we had to have an early out at the beginning of the episode, which I thought might not bode well for the episode at that point. I was like, oh no, are we going to have one of these ones?
Yeah, I had a little bit too. I was like, oh no, here we go.
Yeah. But then after that, we had Daisy O'Brien versus James Scott. Daisy is a theater kid and had a very cute segment. She's a very cute kid with a lot of personality.
Mm-hmm.
Drew told them to hit the button at the same time, and they nearly did. I thought it was weird that they showed that, him saying it. It was kind of awkward as he told them, like, hey, hit it at the same time. But, don't wait for the other kid, hit it when you get up there. I thought, well,
I'm glad you said that, because I was worried that I was just being a cynic again, because I'm like, that's weird. Like, I was like, this is kind of dumb for you saying that. But hey, I just, who knows? It's one of those fun things where, as a mentor, you don't want any of your kids to fail or whatever. But once again, did that need to be shown?
I think it made no sense until we saw the results. I thought it was kind of awkward, and I thought, I'm sure he had better words of wisdom that he offered up along the way. That was kind of awkward. But then when they showed that they nearly did exactly what he said and had like a very, very close matchup with only a 0.1 second difference between them, it made it kind of funny that he had said that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't think the kids were really going out of their way to pair up, but I understand it was unique in the overall story.
And they were pretty good. They were good ninjas. They were fun to watch. That was a good race.
Mm-hmm.
So then we had a fast forward of Daisy versus Luke. Daisy had lost her race and Luke had won his. Unfortunately, Daisy fell on the TikTok this time around and Luke brought it home. So then we cut back to Madeline versus James. So Madeline, who fell in the cargo net the first time around, got a segment where she trains with Sam San, has a backyard course that she does with her mom. And to be honest, because she had fallen so early, I was really overlooking her. I hadn't really given her much credit, but she did really well. She managed to beat TikTok this time, but she fell backwards on the dismount from the spin cycle, just going for it.
Yeah, but good for her for going for broke. That's what I want to see in these kids. Like, you know, not overcome your fears, but really like go past the trepidation.
Yeah, yep, she did great. But James took away the victory, and Luke versus James in the final. Luke was slightly ahead, but he missed the cargo net on TikTok and lost. It was like a lot of TikTok failures in the 9-10 range this time around. But let's move on to 11-12. Let's get into this. This is where the ninjas shine, was the 11-12 bracket, I thought.
Yeah, good stuff.
We had Kai Beckstrand versus Bryson Tablet. Some tongue twister names here. Kai's family all does ninja, but the thing that the most noticeable thing about him was what, Bijan?
That mohawk, bro. Like he would stand out in a crowd of 1,000 people. Like this kid has this like blonde, super high up mohawk, and it just stands out.
Yeah, he is hard to miss, and I feel like he could have embraced that mohawk more. Like I forget what they went on about his segment with his family. They're like, the hawk. Like you got to talk about the hawk. It's got to be central to the story, and it's memorable. We don't need to know about what his family does and where he trains. Like, just embrace it. Just go with it.
Yeah, when you got that mohawk, I no longer care about what your dad accolades has been in American Ninja Warrior or whatever. It's like, tell me more about this mohawk that you got, kid, because that's what matters. You know, he should have like sunglasses on, jacket, just go all in. I don't know if that's his personality, I'm just saying. But yeah, that's kind of like, his image and how he's presenting himself on this show. So go full on in that character. Kind of like how Flip Rodriguez really made a name for himself in his character with the mask, This kid could actually be somebody super memorable.
He's got hair as notable as Daniel Gills, for sure. And he was fantastic on the course. This kid was absolutely destroying the course in every race. Like,
oh, yeah. Untouchable. He was just really, really smooth going through a lot of these obstacles, very good precision with the... Once again, I'm always messing up that wheel obstacle, man, but he's really good at that. And I think it really showed because his contemporary, what was the other kid's name? I forget, but the strong kid that does insane workouts.
Bryson
was really strong as well. Like that kid was not slowing down. He was always there and always fast, but yet Mohawk kid always was faster. And that really showed just how fast he was. I believe they said he was the fastest in his bracket, and it showed.
Yeah, there was no doubt that he was taking it home from the very beginning. I actually filled in his name in the show notes as the winner before the race even happened. I was like, well, I might as well just put his name in there now.
Yeah. Although good on the kids. They did not make it easy for him.
No, especially Bryson. I thought Bryson did a really good job in the finals, jumping ahead to the finals, because really there's not much to talk about in this age category besides the Kai destroying everybody. Bryson, like you said, Bryson did really well, but he just couldn't quite keep up. Kai was just too fast for him.
Yeah, but talking about Bryson, I mean, his storyline, like that one stood out to me because I forgot, but he had some insane workout regimen where he like does. I mean, a part of me is like, no way you do that every day, but at the same time, they're kids, so like they physically can do like 100 push-ups and all this crazy stuff where my body would just break in half if I tried it. Like, I was just like, what? How do you do that? But good on that kid, man.
Yeah, he was very strong. Plays football, really dominates on the course for that. Or the course. It's the football field. He dominates on the field. I'm talking too much ANW lately.
Oh, Canadians.
But yeah. Very, very great race between them. But Kai came out on top and is definitely somebody I think that can win the whole age bracket.
I mean, at the very least, he can win some hairstyling competitions.
It's true. In the 13-14 range, we had Isabella. I am struggling with names. Isabella Wakeham versus Max Feinberg.
Okay, once again, for me, Isabella stood out to me. I don't know what it is, but I was rooting for her wholeheartedly.
I mean, she seemed fine. I didn't really have much issue with her, I guess, but I didn't really see her doing as well as she did end up doing. She helped after Hurricane Harvey. It was a nice segment. In her first race, Max had kind of just an okay pace, but he was just a little better than Isabella and ended up taking it home. So I was like, well,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I just didn't see the potential there right away.
Well, that's the thing. When I was talking about that, I meant the overall storyline of this entire bracket. You know, she started out going pretty slow, and I was like, oh, well, you know, she's doing her best. You know, it's kind of like the clap, like, this is the level that she's at, right, Rich? But her storyline did make her very likable, so I wished her all the, well. But it was her second run. Her second run really opened my eyes. And I'm sorry for going ahead, but, you know, she was going up against the winner of this next race. If you want, go ahead and for who ran in the second race. Go ahead.
All right, let's do a quick summary here. Ann Slivkin versus Nathan Nix. Ann donates her hair. Megan Martin cut it on the starting line. It was kind of a interesting segment, I guess.
It wasn't. Let's keep moving.
Okay. Fair enough. Nathan won it pretty easily, and down on the flying shelf grab. It was kind of funny, I guess I should mention. Akbar told Nathan to show his muscles, and Nathan flashed his six-pack, which you don't expect from little kids.
No, that was something. I don't know. I don't need to see an underage child's six-pack, but
true.
Whatever. So this is the thing, though. At this point, Isabella's going up against the winner of this race, and usually you would expect, I forget the name of the kid, but the six-pack boy to beat her and do well, right? But they race, and it's actually very close. And if I remember correctly, they were like neck and neck, like they were almost in sync with each other, right?
Yeah, they were.
And then Isabella actually perseveres and wins the race. And that, for me, it's the overall story of, you know, her overcoming and doing better and better. I was so happy for her. And good on the other kid, too. But she made it to the finals, and for like a super nice person, I was very happy for her.
Yeah, she was great. That race really did make her stand out because we haven't seen too many girls make that fast dismount on the third flying shelf grab, right? Just tap it as you're going by, one smooth motion, and that's how she ended up winning. They were neck and neck. She did the quick dismount and made it up the wall first. It was a really great run. So it gave a lot of promise for the finals, her rematch versus Max.
Yeah, great point.
So Max was just slightly faster getting off the flying shelf grab. They both ended up with their fastest times on this last run, but Max was just one step ahead, unfortunately.
Dude, Max was super fast. I mean, Max is the band kid, right?
Yeah, Max is the underdog, the nerdy guy looking for a girlfriend.
I love it. His storyline was like Isabella was also somebody just incredibly likable. I really liked his segment. If I don't know, like in some reality shows like Survivor and stuff, it's kind of like that lovable nerd. And I don't mean that in a disparaging way. Like, I'm a nerd and everything. But he He basically presents himself as like a techie nerd, but in a likable way. Like, hey, I would love to have a girlfriend from this, wink, wink. It's one of those things where instantly you're smiling and you're just like, I like this kid. Good for you, bro. I hope you get your girlfriend, and I hope you get all the good things in life.
It is the nerdiest of sports, unfortunately. So, good luck to you with that. I hope it works out for you.
Hey. As a nerd myself, you'll take whatever you can get.
True. I old school nerd here. I am embrace the nerddom and wish him all the best. So that is it for this week. Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to reach out to me, you can reach me as rich@ninjapodcast.com. I am at Ninja Podcast on both Instagram and Twitter. And Bijan, how can they reach you?
Yeah, hit me up at Twitter and Instagram at Bijan151. That is Bijan 151.
All right, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season.
Peace, love, and merry deuces to all you guys.